And there we go. That microphone is on. Welcome, everyone. Happy Saturday, September 9th of 2023. And you're watching VolcanoX live stream. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And of course, we've got all kinds of people in here already doing their thing, which is awesome. Thank you for the welcome on boards and I hear yous and everything from Mars 2028 and Sue and Henry saying, I hear you, Doc. All right, I got noisy around me this evening. Oh, not good, John. And thank you, Bulldog, as well as Alba Girl. Hi, and see, Grandma B is there as well. Welcome, Grandma B. And I hear you now, Dr. Fox 2000 from Sharon Stewart. She's changing her tune. King Colin, welcome. Good to have you on board. Anyway, thank you, everyone, and that is all cool. Let's get at things. We'll say hello to our moderators first. Our wonderful moderators, of course, Arizona Snowman and Piggy, who is here in her recliner with a bunch of pillows, and I think. And of course, we've got Sue is here, as well as our CND boy. And let's see, who else? Yvonne Kogel, Siggy, Gary 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, and Lucas Snow, Joseph Fields, Texas, Mona Lisa Smiles. I think we got them all. Did you hear about the massive? Oh, yes, absolutely. Mars 2028, the 6.8. We certainly did. And since you brought that up, we'll address that right away. We'll start out by saying hello to everyone in here. And I see we got 26 of you in right now. So let's run through the names real quick. We'll start out with Bulldog and welcome. And Chanto, John Raper here. Alba Girl is on board. Mars 2028, of course. Sharon Stewart, our wonderful king. Colin also here. And Chandel is here as well. Welcome. And Hermione and Fluffy. Well, at least Hermione. I don't know about Fluffy. Sorry. And Lizoin also here. And we got Sharon Stewart already going up the list. And Brian, Perfectibility 999. First one in today. Got the cookies. Way to go, Brian. And we got Alba Girl. Aloha, Kathy. Welcome to my homestead site. Awesome. And let's keep going here. We got Grandma B. Welcome, Grandma B. And going up here, looking for other names that are mixed in with everybody else. Let's see. Who didn't we get yet? Got John, got Sharon, okay. Tanto we got. Bulldog we got. Yep. I'm going up that list very quickly. Layla is here. Welcome, Layla, and welcome back. Alba Girl we got. Yep. Going up the list some more. Dan is on board. Welcome back, Dan. And we got Lizoid, we got Grandma B. Okay, where are the other names? I know there's got to be some more here that I haven't said hi to yet. Hermione, yep, we got Ken Wilson. Welcome, glad to have you on board. And still scrolling upward, looking for others. And let's see, where are we here? Still scrolling up. Lots of chat going on, which is all good. And I am up as far as I can be. Sleepy Dormouse is also there. Welcome, Sleepy. And I think I got everyone. Oh, Valerie Fuller on the bottom end here. Welcome, Valerie. And I think I got everyone now. In case I didn't say hi to you, you can always speak up or throw cookies at me or do something to get my attention, and I will be happy to say hello to you. We try to say hi to everyone in here, like like Sharon Stewart is saying hi to everybody, right? Yeah. Lots of typing. Too bad you can't go over a couple hundred characters. Be right back. Got a cat chewing me for loves. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, yeah, you got to take care of them putty cats. Anyway, yeah, so the big talk, of course, is about what's been happening in Morocco. For those good people who don't recall or didn't hear, we did have a very, very large earthquake in Morocco, and there are, of course, a bunch of casualties, and this is what I want to bring to light. So there's the location of that quake. It's a 6.8, happened at 1611 on the 8th, and 26.3 kilometers down. Today is the 9th, of course, and yeah, our best goes out and to all those poor people, and of course we know where things are at. And yeah, over 1,300 people have perished in that disaster. Over 1,300 is the official number, and it was at when I checked, they had 1,309 people had perished, and I don't know if the numbers have gone up too much since then, but I certainly hope not. Anyway, it is. It's a horrible thing, and as Bulldog said there, the first magnitude 6 since 1960. It is one of those things. But I did just want to say, let's keep thoughts in mind for those people, and hopes that the loved ones are found and everything is doing okay. I have no news from friends. That's too bad, Tanto. And anyway, you know, keep it in your own hearts and your own thoughts there, and maybe light a candle for those that were lost tonight. Just, it's a horrible thing. It's unfortunate. And I certainly hope the numbers are not going to go much higher than what we've got. And I don't do death stuff well, so I find it very, very difficult. You know, having over 1,300 people lost very quickly in one incident is just not, it's not appealing. You know, these disasters that happen, and they're natural disasters. There's nothing we can do to stop them. The earthquakes are what they are, volcanoes are what they are, storms are what they are. The only thing I can say is don't be in the areas where we get those, otherwise you'll end up taking a big chance, right? Anyway, our thoughts go out to those who've lost people there in Morocco, and we hope things ease up. You never should take life for granted. Sleepy Dormouse, you're very correct. And, you know, like I always say, tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. This type of situation puts a whole new meaning to that, right? So bear that in mind. Anyway, we wish them the best, and hope things get fixed up, and hopefully no more disasters. Yeah, I'll live for today, every day. You bet. All right, so let's leave that scenario alone. Let's get at the show here, and we want to go. And by the way, I'm so messed up with things in here. I had to reboot the computer, and of course it downloaded another new version of XSplit. So things are all over the place for me, and hopefully we'll get things fixed up. Alex France also popped in, as well as a Gut Punch and Irish Monk. At no point was I in Morocco. I know I am careless. Everyone I care about is fine. Well, a good thing, Irish Monk. So anyway, let's take a look and see what we've got happening in Iceland real quick, and hopefully we'll be able to go through this fairly quick. Not a bad looking day. Obviously a little bit of a high cloud. You don't see the sun shining through too much, but earlier they had a little bit of sunshine. And let's see, and there we go, and that would be at about just about 3 p.m. or just a few minutes before 3 p.m. Their time in the capital city of Reykjavik in Iceland. And that is not a bad shot. The camera located up on the Perlin Center, looking towards downtown, and pretty awesome. Yesterday there was a cruise ship that had pulled in over here, and it was all lit up, and really kind of looked nice to be able to see that during the course of the night. So awesome stuff. Let's make that one smaller. We'll go to a next view and see what we've got here. There we go. So they do have the two cameras kind of looking over at the Rebbe area there, rather than one zoomed in. They've got both kind of zoomed out in the same pattern. You do see Keilir in the background. We do still see a lot of off-gassing from the Rebbe vent itself, and that is pretty cool. I'm not able to see too much of Reykjavik in the background, but you do see a few little lights there and some buildings, and that is the location of Reykjavik. Looks not bad. If we go back a little bit in time, it was kind of a different looking there, kind of neat clouds, a little bit more sunshine, and yeah, all in all, not a bad day for them there. So let's put that one back on live. We'll see if we can get to our next view and have a quick look at that. Of course, we got commercials on some of these. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because they have commercials on there. Simple as that. Yeah, let's look at this one instead for right now. This, of course, is looking at Katla. This is one of the Katla views, and Katla hiding behind the clouds right there. If we back up a little bit, I don't know if we'll see it any better. Well, maybe just a tad. If we go back even further, those clouds seem to love hugging that mountain. So there you go. That's a Katla from the one side, and the other side has got commercials. We'll fix that. All right, present view, clouds as well. That is Katla. And if we go back, I don't know how much better we can see it from this side, or not at all. And there we go. Looks like some rain coming down in some spots over there. We'll go back a little bit more and see if we see it. Well, we see a little bit of it right in there. And of course, that ice mound is quite large. And of course, our volcano is underneath all that ice. That is Katla. So pretty awesome, pretty cool. And let's see, where do we want to take off to next? This one here. And that should be, well, it's so cloudy it's hard to tell. That's Ragnar in the background. Ragnar right there. And we're up on Thorbjorn. That's just south of the Blue Lagoon and the power plant. And we don't see anything happening, unfortunately. Not really any need to go back. We'll just go back a little bit and take a look here. That's 8.5 hours ago, roughly. And they didn't have too bad of a day there. Would have been okay for the tourists to go wandering around. And we'll leave that one be. We'll make that smaller and carry on with The next one, we had a look at that. We had a look at this. And let's pop over to this next shot here. And of course, that is supposed to be Askja in the background there somewhere. Unfortunately, that cloud looks low, and I don't think we can see too much. Going back, this is about 7 hours and 10 minutes ago. A little cloudy there. We did have kind of an intermittent break in between there, where you could see a little bit further, but nothing really nice. There we go. That's what is it, 9.5 hours ago. So that's what it was like. So not that bad, but not that good. They do have some low-level clouds, and that is kind of what's going on there. I've just what I've got last night. The proms on the TV in the background. Oh, last night's proms. Cool. Anyway, that's what we're seeing there at our wonderful Iceland as far as visuals. Let's pop over to the charts real quick, and we'll see what we've got real quick here. Again, I gotta find stuff. All right, ODF chart still not working. I am going to refresh that just in case somebody happened to kick that thing and get it going. And no joy. All right, so that's what we've got. Missing data for 4 days now. Hopefully they will get things fixed. Let's go to Krusvik, and there we are. We see yesterday's upward build definitely took a tumble from today. Magmatic line way down, seismicity way down, and of course our tectonic movement hit down, kind of hit bottom here, bounced back up, and started going down some more. So that's what we've got at Krusvik. That is likely going to be the same as our Frankfurt zone, or the ODF chart, if you want to call it that. Let's take a look at Grindavik and see what we've got going on there. Grindavik is right there. So, all right, Grindavik, same thing, pretty steep decline, kind of leveled out and dropped some more. We do see a huge spike in here. We'll have to find out where that earthquake is. Seismicity, pretty much a straight drop down there. Long ways down, and of course our tectonic movement, with the exception of this big spike, is mostly on the way down. So that's what we've got at Grindavik. Quick peek at Grimsey. Grimsey actually picked up and then dropped off with its magmatic, and picked up quite a bit as far as our seismicity, and then dropped off again a little bit, and also an increase in our tectonic movement. And there too is that spike. So that must have been a fair-sized quake somewhere around. We'll have a look at it. If we're seeing it up at the north end and the south end of the island, it had to have shaken everything in between. Let's take a look at Askja, and that's the one that I want to see. Askja, no, one more. There we go. And there's Askja, and there too we can see that large spike, as similar spot or time as the other ones. Looks like maybe around 8 in the morning or so. Anyway, magmatic a drop, seismicity a drop, and then bang, way down, and went even further. Gave us a nice M at the end here. And our tectonic seemed to follow suit. So pretty cool, pretty interesting. We'll leave our harmonic tremor charts be for right now, and we'll put you back onto the canned lava and see if we can get that going as soon as I can find where that is. And there it is, and we'll let that play for the duration while I go take a break. So for those good people who are here, if you haven't hit that like button, give it a quick bop. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. You are watching canned lava from day 16 of our so-called Rebbe Fisher eruption, and that, of course, is July 25th. and this is at 14:23 or thereabouts in the afternoon, just about 2:30 or so on that day. Anyway, here comes some music. Hit the like button, do all those good things, play nice in the lava, don't go standing in the smoke, you'll start coughing. I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. Thanks. we go. The microphone is back on, but I forgot to take my sip of Pepsi, so I'm going to do that in a second. Thank you for the welcome backs from Tanto and Albagirl and Sue and John and Layla and Bulldog, and I see Cananaskis Country just popped in, and thank you Piggy for the welcome back, Daddy Fox, and thanks Henry and Mars 2028, all awesome. Okay, taking that sip of Pepsi, hang on. That's a fine vintage. All right, so awesome to have everyone here. Welcome, Marie. I see you pop back in as well, and thanks, Paul. And thank you both to Piggy and Irish Monk for their wonderful super chats. That is very kind of you, both of you, and I appreciate that. And does pay for the power bill. So awesome. And yeah, that's still moving on the screen. But yeah, we wanted to pop over. Before we do that though, pop over to the earthquakes, I just wanted to mention I went and picked up a bag of bunny food, and I have yet to bring that back up. But I also went and bought a weed whacker, a battery powered one. And I thought, you know, I don't need a huge one because I'm just using it for the bunny area when they've got, you know, the guy does a kind of a lousy job mowing the lawn. So we'll keep it looking a little bit better, and I think it already does look a whole bunch better, those lucky bunnies. And even kind of cut the grass around the openings there where they come into the yard, so that'll help them out a little bit to make it easier for them. Pretty cool. Cordless weed whacker, $150, and away we go. And I like it. It's a nice little unit. So bunny food equals a magpie food wherever I live. Okay, well, I don't know. Bunny food, magpie food. The magpies don't like the bunny food, so I don't know. At least not the pellets, so that's okay. Which is probably a good thing. Anyway, I did say we're going to go over and have a look at the quakes that we've got there, and let's pop over. So now the numbers of quakes has gone up dramatically. Yesterday we were somewhere in around the 50 mark. Now we're somewhere around the 200 mark. So lots of quakes happening. Zooming out first, looking for stuff way out. I don't see anything there, but we do see a very large quake that we kind of noticed that big spike everywhere in Iceland, and that is this guy here, 3.81, 6 kilometers down, and that happened at 3:24 a.m. That's a fair-sized quake for Iceland, and definitely something to get a little bit concerned with. Anyway, let's peek at some of these. 1.61, 10 kilometers down from 822 there. This one just off shore from the Reykjanes Peninsula from 1254.98, 5.6 kilometers down. Moving over a little bit, and you can see the town of Grindavik there. This is the Blue Lagoon and the power plant, that kind of stuff over there. Thorbjorn, the view that we had off towards our wonderful Ragnar from Thorbjorn this direction. Where is it? Thorbjorn? Yeah, let's get them both in there. So we were able to see that over here. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, this one, 0.46, 5.3 kilometers down. Yesterday's from 2212. Next one, 0.43, 5.3 clicks down. Today's from 8:58 a.m. Next one is from yesterday, 22:38, a 0.34, 3.1 kilometers down. Then a 0.98, 0.89, 3.8 kilometers down from 14:03 today. And on the other side of the highway to the east, a smaller one, 0.15, 3.2 clicks down from 21:55. Now, let's zoom out a little bit, and we see this outline here. That, of course, is our Fragedalfjeld area. And Fragedalfjeld is, of course, where we have all our business, and as of late. Anyway, let's see what's going on. Obviously, we got more swarming there, and still more quakes around Keilir. Quickly, just looking at it, that's Ragnar there. Siggy Fisher is here, and of course our Rebbe vent up in the top. Let's start down on the bottom end of it, and this is a 0.38, 2.8 kilometers down, 831, 0.57, 5 kilometers down, 1525, 0.45, 9.7 kilometers down from 1352. Older ones from earlier in the morning, 4:53 a.m., 0.58, 7.8 kilometers down for him, 6.63, 7.4 kilometers down, 5:27, and 0.45, 4.4 clicks down, 4:39, 0.4, 5.4 clicks down, 4:39. And this one from 5:15, 0.8 or 98, and that is 7.3 kilometers down, 0.55, and that's 6.7 kilometers down, 1511, 0.14, whoop, and there we go, 100 and no, it's a 1.1 kilometer down, 7:25 a.m. and the list goes on. Now, we could go through all of them. I'm not going to do that, though. It gives us a little bit of an idea of what the depth is. Somewhere almost at the 7 kilometer mark. 1517 for that 0.74. This guy, 7.7 kilometers down, 0.61 from 2306. There we go. So it gives you a general idea of what we got going on there. And this one here, close to the event, 0.65, 4.9 kilometers down from 908 this morning. Give me a second here, I just got to look at something. Uh-oh. Yeah. All right, we'll have to bring those up. All right, thanks, Piggy. Those are giggles. All right, we'll have to deal with them. Anyway, 0.65, 4.9 clicks down, and 908 this morning, getting up real close to Keilir. 0.18, 1.3 kilometers down. Now this is kind of funny that it's getting shallower there. 6:35 this morning. Wow, am I messing up today? At 3:18 a.m., 0.53, 4.6 kilometers down for him. 0.98, 4.5 kilometers down, 743, 0.37, 4.9 clicks down, 1249, 0.23, 5.2 kilometers down from 1302, and we got a 0.8 from 3.3 kilometers down, and that was at 1703, a 0.5, 3.2 clicks down, 1816, and a 0.16 from 3.8 kilometers down at 1500. And somebody said something. Okay, Dr. Fox is as well as a known conspiracy theorists not. Local monks saw the Canary Island mid-island eruption as a warning. Mid-island eruption as a warning? Uh-oh. I didn't know that. All right. Reboot DrFox2000. Reboots. Oh boy. I don't know about rebooting me. That's not going to work. Oh, I want to reboot, but I can't. Anyway, that is what's going on there. And then, of course, the big rumble is over here. And we already got that, a 3.83 or 3.81. Sizable. Let's just take some samples here for depths. 1.17, 5:21 a.m. and a 4.9 clicks down for that guy. Let's try a 0.72, 5 kilometers down, 10:26. a 0.56, 5.2 clicks down from a 1349. What? Some fault in the Atlas Mountains. Uh-oh. Same fault in the Atlas Mountains. Ah, so it moves all the way along there. Cool. I didn't know that. Let's see, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one. 1.32, 3.6 kilometers down, 1523. Then 1.13, 5.1 clicks down from 3:25 a.m. Just sampling some of these. 0.32, 3.4 kilometers down from 6:38. Let's grab a couple more here. 0.76, 6.3 kilometers down from 3:27 this morning. Gives you a general idea anyway. 4 a.m. we had a 0.37, 4.9 kilometers down. So on average, somewhere around 5 kilometers down. I don't think that's going to be an eruption of any kind. At least not yet. Hey, Yvonne Kunkel is here. Welcome, Yvonne. Maybe Yvonne can explain why we got all these swarms happening. I'm kidding. She has no idea why it's swarming. It's moving. Something's moving. Anyway, she'll give that, give us the official in-depth view, right? 12:51, we had a 1.18, 4.8 clicks down. Magma intrusion. Yay! Magma! We like magma intrusion. Okay, that is the official. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. It's a magma intrusion. 0.74, 5.6 kilometers down, 3:53 a.m. And then we got from 1:30 this morning, a 0.94, 6.8 clicks down. A 0.31, also 6.8 clicks down from 1:36. A 0.29, 3.9 kilometers down from 22 minutes after 2300. There we go. And a 0.38, 8.2 kilometers down, 1543 for that guy. Not so much up here, but we do have 4 little quakes. 1.32, 6.2 clicks down, and that's at 8:38 a.m. A 0.67, 5.7 clicks down from 5:38. 6:06 we had a 0.72, 5.4 clicks down, and another 6.2 from 10 kilometers down at 10:26. So that's kind of moving on. There's Hekla. We do have another quake out there, a 0.6, 7.5 kilometers down. Yesterday's at 21:23. And the other one over here, a 1.34 and 1.2 kilometers down from 22:17. One quake at Katla, a 0.5, 3.6 kilometers down, 20:32 for him. And we are getting busier in this area again. Pretty awesome. 1346, a 0.53, 135 meters down. This one is a 2:58 a.m., a 1.08, 3.8 kilometers down. Looking at the ones right around Grimsvatn from 1939, a 0.1, 5.2 kilometers down. Next one, also a 5.2 kilometers down from 1109. And the other one is from 1648, a 0.6, 3.4 kilometers down. I think that's got them all there. And moving up towards Barnabunga a little bit, we do see a couple of them there. 0.78, 10 kilometers down from 15 minutes after 5 a.m. 8:23 a.m., a 0.3, 2.4 kilometers down. Then we've got this one from 2046, a 0.5, 5.2 kilometers down. 0.4, 4.5 kilometers down from 6:42. And next one is a 0.63, 10.9 kilometers down from 6:24? 6:42, my bad. There we go. And a 0.2 from 5.2 clicks down, 2038. From 1815, a 1.1, 5.2 kilometers down. Then going up a little bit further north from 1652, a 0.6, 1.6 kilometers down. Nothing directly at Bardabunga, but we do have this one fairly close. 1.04, a surface quake, 135 meters down, 1248 for that guy. Moving up, taking a look at Askia, we had 2 quakes over there, a very small one, 0.38, 5.8 kilometers down, 55 minutes after midnight. And from 4:46 a.m., a 1.91, and that is 2.7 kilometers down. By the way, welcome, Alex. I didn't notice you in there earlier. Glad that you're on board. And Alex, of course, is in Iceland. This place, he's over here somewhere and all that shaky stuff. Alex, did you feel that 3.8? I'm just curious. I never seen the chat, so I just wanted to know if you felt that 3.8. Anyway, 0.54 there, 4.6 clicks down, 958. Next one up, 0.1, 4.2 clicks down, 1841. Love the excitement, but fed up with being woken up. Uh-oh. You got woken up, did you? All right. It's, yeah, woke me up. It's not like putting another coin into the little box beside the bed and having it shake a little more. No, never mind. 5.2 kilometers down, 1811, and the 1.3. There we go. 5.3 kilometers down from 1726. Anyway, that's our quakes today. So yeah. That spike that we seen up in Askia from this same time period, well, not only did it bother Askia, it also got here. Wild Pepsi. I've never seen Pepsi in the wild. That might be a new slogan for them. Thank you very kindly, Irish Monk. And we'll have to patent that idea or copyright it. Wild Pepsi. That's the next flavor coming up. That'd be awesome. And thank you very kindly for that €3 super chat. I appreciate that, Irish Monk. Let's see. We're ready. I got the hot dogs for the lava workers. Awesome. That is cool. And I still haven't fixed that other thing up yet. I gotta work on that. Speaking of lava workers. And let's see. Alex says, I don't know what kind of beds you've been sleeping in, Dr. Fox. Hey, mine is a very comfortable bed. Yeah. Oh, we'll leave it as that. You sent me an email. Really? Did you? Let's see. What kind of email did you send me? Let's see. What? It'll be a surprise. All right, let's take a look. Oh, it's a camera. It's a camera of... I'm trying to figure out where we are. Where are we? That looks like the top of Ragnar. Hard to tell. Yvonne Konko. Wow, thank you very kindly, Yvonne. And thank you for the €2 super chat. That's very kind of you, and appreciate it. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where we are here in relationship to everything. And we do see Ragnar. I wonder what we're looking at in exact direction here. Story Hooter. Rebbe has got to be here. That's a Rebbe there. Cool. That's interesting. I had to kind of sneeze here. Yes, Ragnar looks below the bottom of the hill. Rebbe is off to the right. Yep, that's what we see there. The smoke coming from Rebbe. And there's the Ragnar. I do believe that is Ragnar's top. And that's a Story Hooter. And then we've got... this one here was Liti Hooter, right there. So pretty cool. Okay, I will get rid of that for now though, because that really doesn't belong on this page. We'll reload it on another one for later on. It is time for a break, ladies and gentlemen, so I am going to put you back on the canned lava as soon as I can find it. And there it is. And we'll let that continue to play. That, of course, was day 16 or July 25th, if you want to call it that. And we'll leave that on for right now for the duration of the break. I got my Icelandic hot dog, Icelandic peeps, out for a break. For bait. I'm going to put out the bait. All right, if you put that out for bait, and that'll get them going. I hope you bring back more good news, Dr. Fox. What good news can it ask us, country? I'm confused. All right, let's get over to the canned lava, and we'll do that. I want an Icelandic hot dog now. Darn it. All right, let's get things going here, and I'm going to go take a break. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, please give it a quick bop. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, possible fisher smoking? Oh, smoked fishers, huh? Okay. Anyway, gonna go take that break. Hit the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't done that, and when we come back from the break, we will have bacon seeds, and then we'll go from there. So keep smiling and play nice in the lava and all those other places. Don't get hurt out there. I'll be back. And there we go. The microphone is on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. And thank you for the welcome backs from Tanto and Sue and Alba Girl and John and welcome Connie, and good to have you on board. Thanks to Shandell and Kananaska's country. Hi, 2Ps from Piggy. There you go. And thank you, Yvonne. And I can hear you, DrFox2000 from Sharon Stewart. I heard that. And thank you, Piggy, Sir Fox. Wow. Thanks, Paul, as well. Okay, so thanks, Mars 2028. Also there. Good, cool. All right, so yeah, we need to go have a look at the bacon seeds. We can park our canned lava for now and leave that there, and we'll carry on with bacon seeds and see what we've got. Hey, Geoplanet Jane is here. Welcome, Jane. Good to have you on board. Anyway, our wonderful Piggy sent a bunch more of these beautiful bacon seeds, so let's have a quick look. We'll take a look there. There she is, doing her thing, typing away, sending all those nice emails. And there we go. Here's the first one, and that's what Piggy thinks of the whole situation. Not the email part, but the rest of it, as far as with the hip and that. She really wants it to be fixed. Anyway, let's get to the next one. And looks like my brother. And this, of course, is this is how you get coddled, and you have this huge smile on your face. You can't have a pig's life like this, can you? I want to be a pig. Oh, that is a smiler. Yep, you bet. If you were being coddled, you'd smile too. At least I think you would. And next one is this one. And, you know, when they get petted, they smile. They like it. It is pretty awesome. The king is back. I'm back just in time for bacon seeds. You bet. And next one is, let's see what we got. This one here, and he too is having a good time. He's getting tired though. He's liking the pettings and wants to go to sleep. All right, and next one, and here's what happens once you coddle them too much. They fall asleep, and then you have a pig pile. That is awesome. And next one is this one, and again, coddling them, and they end up falling asleep. You can see the 3 stages here. The one closest to her face is already out. The one in the middle, just about. The snout bopper got heavy already, and the one on the left-hand side there, he seems to be holding up okay for right now, but I think he might be headed out for a snooze too. Pretty awesome. And next bacon seeds is this guy, the little silver guy. Pretty cool. I like that. A nice smile on his face as well. Let's get to our next bacon seed and see what we got. Another smiley little pig, and he is outdoors enjoying some sunshine and really looking pretty happy, if you ask me. I think that is nice. All right, let's get to the next one, and this one's a little further away, but looks like a really wee one, and he is out experiencing the grass, likely for the first time. Certainly does not look malnourished. He has got himself a little piggy belly, and that is all okay. All right, last bacon seed for today, and we'll see what Piggy sent us. Oh, there he is inside now. I went from outside to inside, and he's upstairs enjoying his time, and you can see his belly is still full. All good, and hopefully that'll be it for that guy enjoying his thing. Not much, not being in much in the stream. Oh yeah. Piggy has unfortunately been in a lot of pain and stuff, and taking some time off, trying to stay comfortable, and we can't blame her for that. It's it is what it is. Just hope things get cleared up there a lot quicker. Anyway, on those friendly notes, time to move on to some of our other activity around the world. We're looking at the earthquakes and stuff in Iceland. We do see what's going on there. The next place I think we can go is we can have a look at what we've got happening in Mexico and area. Let's just make sure I got those guys up and working before I try switching over to them, and we'll get them all reset here, and hopefully it'll work. I'm going to refresh that last one. All right, so let's get over to Popocatépetl, and that is in central Mexico, approximately 70 kilometers southeast of Mexico City. And there you can see our wonderful sugar-coated Popocatépetl off-gassing, and been like that just about all morning. Did you see the funnies? Oh yeah, we got to show the funnies. I can pop them on here. Let me see. Where did the funnies go? I saved them somewhere. I thought I did. Let me see if we can get those up there real quick, and we'll show those. Let's see if we can get those. Thanks for reminding me, Piggy. That would have been a catastrophe if we didn't load those ones up. We can drop them in here, right here. So let's just do that, and we'll throw those in. They are definitely worthwhile. Let's see, where are we? All right, well, Piggy obviously feels like she is in Piggy jail, and she's just stuck in there, and there it is. It's unfortunate. I hope Piggy is going to get better, and that is a nice looking shot. I like that. And let's go and take a look at the other funny, and I thought that one was hilarious too. And this is pig jail. This is all about pigs in jail, and I don't know, these two, I feel really sorry for these two. They've been incarcerated for no reason. Look at that. And then those poor pigs. How could you lock them up? Boy, oh boy. That is really unfortunate, but they'll never get out. I hope they get taken care of in there. Anyway, that is the lockup. So, I like it when there's some fresh snow on Popocatépetl, and helps us tell if there was any fresh tephra in the outgassing. Yep. What a good night. Is Adele leaving? Dr. Fox and everybody, because I'm outside at the stars with my friend playing guitar. Beautiful evening. Awesome. And hope you enjoy the star viewing, stargazing. That's always awesome stuff to be able to do. I should try doing that myself sometime if I can stay awake long enough. Fingers crossed we get the answer on Monday. Awesome, Piggy. Anyway, so Popocatépetl, yeah, down in Mexico. as we mentioned, it is continuing to off-gas. It was doing it a little bit more vigorously earlier, and there were times where there was hardly anything, and then other times where, yeah, this right here, you'd see just a little bit of blue smoke. That's kind of odd. And then earlier we were seeing a little bit more from it right there from 6:30 this morning. And if we go into the nighttime view, we know that it was doing its thing right there. So pretty awesome to see that. We know there's hot lava in there, but I don't know if we can really I didn't see any pops or where it came out. Don't know if we can really get it out of there. I wish we could see a little bit more lava flow from this one. I really do. Anyway, this is going back to, oh, and there was a little bit of lava flying. If you watch this area here, you'll actually see it. Some little bits going up there. I backed it up about 10 seconds, so you should be able to see that. And you can see the little bits flying up in the air. So pretty cool. I'm going to try sleeping. Night all. Good night, Piggy, and take care of yourself, and hopefully you'll be able to get some at least an hour's sleep. Would be really good. All right. Summer dress, no sleeves. It could be in Greece. Oh, I'm not in Greece, but Piggy is. Little car-sized bits of lava. Yeah, just little ones, little cars, like smart cars or something. Tiny little things. Still 24 degrees C there. Wow, that is awesome, and it is in the middle of the night. All right, let's leave Popocatépetl be, and we'll put it back on live. That's what we are seeing currently. As you can see, there is gases and some darker material in that gas as well, so some ash, etc. We do see a little bit of ash and stuff up on the top of the hill here, at least no snow on it. Same thing with over on this side, kind of a bare spot, as kind of mentioned there by Mars 2028, saying that we'd be able to see it, and we do see a little bit. Let's go over to the next one that we always look at, and that is Fuego. I don't know if Fuego is going to give us much of a show here. Let's see if we can back up. Oh, right about here. We can see a bit. This is at 8:04 a.m. So, yeah, Fuego definitely still putting out some material there. Here's another one. This is at 7:28, and again, a very healthy ash amount coming out of there, and we see the material start to drop here as it gets further away from the cone itself. And if we go back a little bit more, there's a few more here that we could see. This one a little bit more of a lighter gray color, but we do see quite a bit of material up in the sky already. I'm not sure what all is entailed up there, but if we go into the nighttime view, black and white, we did see that it was off-gassing. This is at 5:24 a.m., but prior to that, I think we had some hit and miss on some clouds. If we look here at 4:14, we've seen a little bit of eruptive activity, but I think there was some haze or cloud in the way that we couldn't see everything. Anyway, let's put that one back on live. That is the present view there. Unfortunately, clouds in the way. Next, a volcano on our list, going a little further south. This is a Messiah volcano. Messiah, of course, down in Nicaragua. And we don't see the arc of lava down there. It's too much smoke right now. If we refresh that, I don't think it'll show anything. No, I didn't think so. All right, moving on. Next shot. We're going a little further south and not loading. All right, it's still trying to load. Anyway, that is our view of Rincon de la Vieja in Costa Rica not showing up. We'll see if it pops back in there in a minute. Let's keep going down south to Chile, and here's Alaska, and Alaska is off-gassing. We can see some of the gases coming out of that caldera and getting blown in the opposite direction. That is their little mini time lapses that they make, so pretty cool. And we'll leave that one be. Laguna del Mole, not visible today, so too much cloud up there. And pretty much the same thing goes for our wonderful Via Rica, but there are a couple frames in there where you can actually see it. It's pretty quick, but there it was. There's one, there's two, there's three and four. So a few little shots, you can tell that it is throwing out stuff. Henry, it should not be buffering. We are pretty solid bit rates right here, so I am not sure what you got going on there. Anyway, that is pretty cool, and let's keep going. Recovering well, perfect. Oh, okay. Yeah, I hope everybody's good. Let's put this back over here. That is, of course, Popocatépetl. We'll move on to the next activity, and that would be no buffering on my end. Yeah, it's a pretty solid bit rates here, so I'm kind of surprised that you were buffering there, Henry. Going to the next one, let's see if Merapi makes us happy today. It certainly did yesterday. Had a reasonable amount of lava come out. It's 4:27 a.m. there right now. We do see on the small black and white, or IR, infrared is what IR stands for. We do see a fair amount of lava there. We can see the hot area up top here as well. Let's back that up a little bit, see if we spawn any places where we had some flow. And that didn't have to go back very far. 3:58 a.m. We see a little bit of output there. And of course, we seen that it had already dumped out a bunch of bits and rocks and everything else that was flying down there. But a server issue over here. Uh-oh. A server issue? That's because they didn't get tipped last time they served you. Darn it. I hate when that happens. I'm going to back that up for a second. I'll watch down on the bottom here. You'll see a falling star. There you go. So in case you missed it, watch here again. There you go. Make a wish. Make a wish. And hopefully it'll come true. There's our bacon coming down the hill. Definitely making me happy. I think Merapi did its job for today already. So that is pretty awesome. If we go back a little bit more, we can see a little bit more action. This, of course, this one was from Ragnar going again. What? Who got Ragnar going? It was the bribes of the hot dogs. Anyway, this is earlier at 2:57 a.m. Lots of bacon coming down the hill. You can see the stuff going down and underneath the clouds here, so pretty cool. My wish. Oh, I wish too. It would be really interesting, Yvonne, to be able to see that go again. I would love that. You know, personally, I think that would. It's like deja vu kind of thing, feeling. A little bit more bacon coming earlier. It wasn't quite as intense there from 39 minutes after midnight their time. Showed up more so in the IR cam than it did on the color. And if we back up a little bit more, there were some more outputs, but nothing huge, nothing really big, with the exception of possibly this one. And yeah, you can see some of that at 9:20 in the evening of their time. And they had a kind of a double whammy here where you had a little bit of flow and then a secondary burst coming out. So that's what we've got there, and you can definitely tell on the black and white camera lots of heat being generated. So I know to know what I want to know if she's going to be a crazy again. You know, I'd like to see that at least 500-meter plumes going of magma going up into the air, or lava. That would really be awesome. I'd settle for 300 or 200 meters, but yeah, 500 would be nice. Anyway, you never know what could happen, Yvonne. Anyway, let's leave that there. That's our Merapi for today. We'll take a break now, and we will come back after the break and take a look at Ruapehu and Taupo, see if and that is doing anything, and we'll go from there. So I've got to find my canned lava. Everything is all mixed up here. It's so hard to work with. I shall protest to the higher authority. Oh wait, that's me. All right, never mind. That ain't gonna work. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet bumped that like button, give it a quick push. Also, and it doesn't cost you anything, and that's the best part. Also, for those good people who are here, if you're peeking in from the outside and you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing and help us out and grow the channel. On that friendly note, in a 150 meters, it was awesome. Oh, in a 150 meter a cone, yep, that, yeah. Yeah, about 10 times the height of the cone. That would be really cool. Okay, let's leave that be. I'm going to go for the break and throw some music on for you. I'll be back after the break, so keep smiling, and we'll carry on with our volcanic stuff when we get back. Don't go away. Thanks. I'll be back. And there we go. That microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX live stream. Thanks for being here, and thank you for the welcome backs from Sue and Tanto and John and Albergirl and Sharon Stewart saying, "I hear you, DrFox2000." Awesome. And thank you, Mars 2028. I read a typo just fine. Oh, you read typo and just fine. Okay. I have that same problem sometimes. I am on a VPN through my phone. Oh, cool. And thank you, Paul Williams and Connie. Good to see you. And our wonderful King Colin. Thanks. All right, let's leave it there with the canned lava. I'm going to park that for a minute, and we'll continue on. We were looking at Merapi, and Merapi did, in fact, make us pretty happy with what was transpiring and going on there. So a little bit of output from Merapi. We're going to put that back on live so we can see what it looks like right now. And that is what it is right now. It is actually throwing out some more lava, as you can see. So Merapi definitely doing its thing, and it will continue to do its thing. I gotta like it. Next one is there. Let's see. We're going to this one. What do we got here? It's got loaded up. Oh, they're zooming in. Anyway, let's back it up a little bit. We'll just take a look at the entire volcano. There is our wonderful Mount Ruapehu in New Zealand. As they zoom out a little bit and give us a better look around. And no, that is not an eruption. That is just a cloud. Sorry. Just like this one. They're just chugging by. Nothing to worry about. So that is our wonderful Mount Ruapehu in New Zealand. Not bad shot. We can leave it as that. The only other place I wanted to go was as the sun was coming up. I wanted to see the sunrise. We'll go back a little bit here and take a look. And there's the lovely moon, a nice crescent moon. And of course, that would have to be Venus there as the sun is rising. Nice colors in the background. If we go ahead by a couple of minutes there, the filters obviously changed right away, and it got brighter much quicker. And you can see the moon starting to move, as well as the disappearance of our wonderful Venus as it gets all lit up, or the sky gets lit up. We just can't see it. Still see a little, I guess we call it toenail moon, that kind of thing. So pretty cool. Let's put that back on live though. And they're showing some of the ski hill areas. Right now, I still don't see the chairlifts moving. Are they showing people skiing? There were people getting up there somehow. Not sure how they were getting up and doing their skiing stuff, but there was quite a few of them up there. Must be a road up there somewhere and some kind of a method of getting up the hill. So obviously they are still doing something. Anyway, let's leave that one be. Let's go and make that smaller. I'm going to leave that one there. And we'll go over to Taupo. And we'll see what we got happening there. And Taupo, of course, is just off to the north of our wonderful Mount Ruapehu. Mount Ruapehu is back here behind these clouds. Unfortunately, we can't see it. But hey, it's a nice day there. A wonderful day for artesian fleas. It's the flea market. It's up and running, and everybody is there enjoying some fleas. They're getting the nice fleas. Small flea market. Yep, today it looks like less than what we had before. They usually have more tables over here. But yep, definitely still worthy flea market of sorts, artesian stuff. And as we were informed, so they are artesian fleas. Anyway, looking at the lake in the background here, that of course is the caldera for Taupo, and that is quite a huge caldera, so bear that in mind. That is pretty awesome, pretty big. Anyway, we'll leave that one be. It looks like not that windy there from our little flags flopping back and forth here. Not too bad, so nice day for a flea market. Anyway, this shot compliments of Suncourt Hotel and Conference Center there in Taupo, and you'd get that lovely view if you had a room on that side of the hotel. That'd be pretty awesome. Let's make that one smaller, and we'll take that off of there and pop it back onto Merapi and go to our next volcano, and that'll be Semeru. And Semeru, I'm not sure if we're going to see too much. It is cloudy there, and I thought I'd just seen some lightning off in the distance. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, let's see if we can pop in here anywhere and see anything. If we go back just a little bit, we got commercials. That's a different thing. Let's skip that. All right, I'm not seeing anything there. Going back a little bit more, almost see an outline of the mountain, but nothing serious. There we can see a little bit of the outline, but no glow up top. And I'm not sure if we've had any eruptive activity coming out of there, because we're certainly not seeing that glow that we used to. So, and earlier here, of course, it was a lot more cloudy. And if we go all the way back here, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. There, fog, cloud, that's at 5:48 p.m. their time. Last night, so pretty yucky. Anyway, let's put that one back on live, and we'll make that one smaller. Quick peek and see if Lava TV Cabs has his stream running, and no, he didn't have anything new, so that is all right. We'll leave it back on to the Semeru one, and we will carry on with other volcanoes and the like around the world. And let's see what we got here. I'm trying to align the next one up. Let's see if that's going to work. All right, moving on over, there is our wonderful Yellowstone National Park, and as we can see, there's all kinds of people wandering around. They're probably looking for their picnic baskets because they don't know where Yogi and Boo Boo took them. They're being held for ransom. But lots of little events and geysers. There are over 500 active geysers there at Yellowstone National Park. And if you don't have this website downloaded, you might want to grab that link real quick. And that'll be pretty cool. Yep, and you can see there are people wandering around endlessly going, where's my picnic basket? Is it over here on this side? Maybe it fell in here. Maybe they dropped it over there. Oh, the picnic basket's got to be here somewhere. Anyway, poor guys. Everybody lost their picnic baskets. That's what happens when you leave the picnic baskets on the bus. The Yogi and Boo Boo take the whole darn bus and go unload it. And that is pretty awesome. All right, so that is what we're seeing at Yellowstone right now. Pleasant day, people wearing shorts and short sleeves. Obviously, it has to be a reasonable day out and enjoyable. That new camera is great. Yeah, I just wish they'd pointed a little bit more at Old Faithful. They did this morning, and actually Old Faithful didn't impress me that much. It wasn't shooting out as much as it could have. A little less pressure. This girl is backing up. She's got to be careful when she's backing up and taking pictures. Going to end up in the drink there, girl. All right. Anyway, that's what they've got going at Yellowstone National Park. Not bad. Let's go and take a look and see if we can spot anything in Sicily. and that of course is at our wonderful Mount Etna. Going to have a peek at that, so let's go over there, and there you go, looking at Mount Etna, some clouds on the way. This is from 7:31 their time. We do see the southeast vent smoking up top here, dumping a lot of material out again. So that seems to be something that is very prevalent with this guy as of late. There you can see a little bit more 15 minutes later at 1946. If we go back a little bit further in time, it was in the clouds, unfortunately. 1826, we could still see it, but if we go back to anything else there, 1720 or 5:20 p.m., no visibility whatsoever, and the rest of the day was just basically clouds, and they had moved in. It was actually prior to noon that they moved in, and we couldn't see a darn thing. So that's kind of what we've got from that view. I don't know about the other view though. Let's take a look real quick. No, nothing from the other view, and I don't think there's anything. Oh, if we go back far enough, we could see a little bit, and there it is. Again, they're partially looking at the roof here. Wish they wouldn't do that, but yep, a top end up there, Mount Etna, and that is the southeast event, and doing its thing. So let's leave that guy be. Let's go over to Japan as our next port of call, and we'll just make sure I got these smaller. There we go, and popping over to Japan real quick. I need to get onto that proper spot. Where's Japan? Over here. Oh, darn it, the ice cream boat just took off again. We'll have to make sure we get it when it comes back, or when the next one comes in. Anyway, looking at Sakurajima in the background here. Of course, still off-gassing. They're smoking pretty good. I don't know if they had any eruptions of any kind. Let's carry on here. We're probably going to have 1,000 commercials on all of these, so I'm just going to click them all till we find one without a commercial. That might be this one. Okay, we'll take a look at Asama, or maybe we won't. Into the nighttime, but yep, looks like Asama was not visible. It was hiding in clouds the entire evening or nighttime, and it doesn't matter where we check. Okay, so Asama was a no-go. Let's have a look and see if this is skippable. There we go. Yes, it is. All right, so looking at what we got there, that, of course, is our Sakurajima, and that is off-gassing. You can see the vent over here doing its thing, as well as the two primary ones within the caldera, and a lot of steam coming out of there, so likely a whole pile of SO2 in addition to just regular steam. And that is kind of what we've got going on there. We'll leave that one be. Let's go over to ASO, and this is ASO off-gassing. Nice star up there. That looks pretty good. That, of course, shows you the steam as well as SO2 coming up out of that little caldera. We are actually within the very, very large ASO caldera, but the whole active area is that small part right in here, and the bowl, or whatever you want to call it, that caldera acting like a bowl. Every time it rains, it accumulates water, and that water, of course, is heated up by the ground heat in the floor there, and starts to get steamed off. And there's also SO2 coming out, and that is kind of what we got going on there. If we go back a little bit, we do see the kind of a reddish haze to the sky here. And of course, that is something that is caused by our wonderful SO2 in the atmosphere. So pretty neat looking. And if we go back even further, you can definitely see that reddish haze So you know that whole area's got a lot of SO2 in it. Let's put it back on live, and that is what we got going on there. So that is Japan, I guess, in a nutshell. Here's the close-up. It's actually better than I thought it would be. That is the close-up of our Sakurajima, and you can see the small vent over here, as well as the two primary vents. One doing a lot more work than the other one, and that is pretty cool. So let's leave that one be. And yeah, I like that view. It's nice. I want to see lava though. I really want to see lava. Second ice cream boat still not here. Darn it. We're gonna have to wait for it. I don't know what we're gonna do without our ice cream. That would be just nasty if we had to go a day without ice cream. Anyway, let's leave it as that for right now. It is just about break time anyway. And what we'll do, we'll pop you back over here on the canned lava for right now. And let's see, where is it? Right here. Get it going. Is there not like single shots in there, or did I leave it on the quad all day long? Well, we'll let it play like that, and that should be okay. Anyway, for those good people who are here, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please consider giving it a quick bop if you're enjoying the show. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing. Other than that, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to go take a break. After our break, we will go through our volcano report for today. And then we will also, I think we got a couple other reports here. Hang on, let me, I'll look at that. I got quite a few emails here, so I just want to double check. No, we didn't have any other stuff other than I was kind of trying to keep an eye on what's happening there in Morocco. And of course, like I said, with the they already have confirmed over 1,300 fatalities there. So people having passed away and lost their lives. It's a very sad situation in Morocco, and we wish them all the best, and hope that the numbers stay low. We don't need, 1,300 plus. The last one, when I did the check, it was 1,309 people had perished. And I'm sure that those numbers will probably be going up. And that was about 4 hours ago. So since then, BBC is saying 2,000 now. Wow, sleepy dormouse, that is a lot. And it's terrifying to see that. You know, when you take a look at what happened in Turkey, and you see the amounts that we had in Turkey with, well over 80,000 having perished, and now having this in Morocco, that is horrible. It is truly horrible. Anyway, let's keep on a positive note, though. So we'll do our thing, and anyway, for right now, here comes some music. I'm going to go and take that break. I'll be back in 5 or 6 or 7 minutes. Don't go away. We'll have our volcano report next, and then we'll possibly take a look at some other stuff for earthquakes and SO2, and so a whole bunch of stuff yet to come. Don't go away. More when we get back. I'll be back. And there we go. The microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX on live stream. And let's see, what do we got going on? Well, we're going to go and take a look at the volcano report in a minute. Thank you for the welcome backs from Henry and Albert Girl and John Raper and Sue Hayes and Hermione and Fluffy and I hear you, DrFox2000 from Sharon Stewart. Thank you. And thanks, Paul, for the welcome back. And that should be all of you for right now, I think. And we're all good. I see we do still have 32 people in here, which is great stuff. And let's carry on with our volcano report for today. And we'll get at those in half a sec here. Wow, that's good, Doc. Yep, it's all good. We like it. That was good, Doc. What, my singing? Bob? No. I don't know how to sing. I am not. He's improving, Sharon. One day I'm going to fool you guys. It'll be Sharon's voice that you hear. Maybe. If she ever sends in that recording, that'll be a good. Maybe she'll do it one day. I'm hoping that her and her other three people there, the quintet that they, is it a quartet? Quintet? Quartet? Vamping, vaping over here? Vamping over here. Oh, who's vamping? Oh my God, let's not do that. We don't want to vamp. Anyway, late Friday's volcanic activity. 3 volcanoes on the list, not too many. Nevado del Ruiz in Colombia. Volcanic ash emissions have dispersed, reported at 2045. Mayon, Luzon Island in the Philippines from, let's see, eruption, volcanic ash or cloud, unknown height, reported at 2100. And then we've got Sangay in Ecuador. Volcanic ash emissions have dispersed, reported at 2315. There we go. And that is for yesterday. And we only have 6 for today, so small list. Saturday's volcanic activity, 6 volcanoes, starting out with Sabancaya in Peru. Intermittent puff emissions to 24,000 feet, 7,300 meters, reported at 45 minutes after midnight. And then intermittent emissions to 24,000 feet, 7,300 meters, reported at 12:45, 12 hours later. Fuego in Guatemala, volcanic ash emissions have dispersed, reported at 45 minutes after midnight. What's everybody dispersing their volcanic ash for? Sakurajima exploded to 7,000 feet or 2,100 meters, reported at 6:45 this morning. Nevado del Ruiz in Colombia, how come we didn't see that on there? Exploded to 7,000 feet. Huh, I didn't see it. We'll have to check, 6:45. Anyway, Nevado del Ruiz in Colombia, occasional emissions reported at 6:45 a.m. Popocatépetl, central Mexico, emissions detected from a webcam to 20,000 feet, 6,100 meters, reported at 9 a.m. And Mayon, Luzon Island, Philippines, on there again. And our last one for today, eruptions, volcanic ash, a cloud, unknown height, reported at 1445. So definitely busy doing its thing. Thank you, Sue, for that wonderful report. Not too long. And hopefully that is okay for everyone. Now, I was trying to look around for a couple of other things here. A couple things we wanted to peek at with our canned lava. That's okay. I did kind of look at what was going on here on our Kamchatka Peninsula. And this is Shivalish, and unfortunately the cloud got bad. During the night there was a bit of a glow in here, so that was kind of interesting, but it's not glowing anymore since we can not see it. This is the other shot here. kind of the mid-range shot. That's what we were seeing. Not bad there. And we'll get rid of that one. And this is the long distance shot. Hard to tell what's going on out in the far back area there, but that's what we've got, so that's okay. And that was the older one from Sheldon. I don't know if we can see anything. Let's see if we can get on. That is Sheldon. Let me refresh that one, see if it shows anything. Unfortunately, no, it doesn't. It shows this nice stuff called a volcano gray. So that's kind of what we got right now for that area. We're going to do earthquakes in a minute. I do have to do something here for a minute or two. I'm going to just put the music back on and leave you on the canned lava for a minute. I will be right back. Don't go away. Okay, microphone's back on. I'm going to cut the music right there so we don't need to worry about anything. Anyway, I've got my stuff done. The fox is up to something, and no shenanigans. I had to do something there in the kitchen, and it's okay. We're fixed up. I wanted to make sure. Don't worry about the welcome backs there. We're all good. Anyway, let's continue on here. We're going to go do our earthquakes around the world, and let's see if we can find the earthquake map. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. All right, earthquakes around the world. So let's get at that. We did our volcano report, so we can get into these now. And let's start out. Well, I'll pick a starting point. We'll do it up here, as always, Kamchatka Peninsula. Looking at the Aleutian Islands, we don't see anything new in the Kamchatka. We do have this one, a 4.8 near Rat Island from 1206 today, 77 kilometers down. Not seeing too much else anywhere along the Aleutians. Some little stuff once we get on the peninsula, like 2.2s, not going to worry about those. And sliding down the coastline, we don't see anything till we get down here. 3.1, and that is in Mexico, just into Mexico, I think. 42 kilometers northeast of Mexico. I don't know if that still looks like, well, maybe it is Mexico. There you go. There's the border. So, yep, it's a Mexican earthquake. Si, senor. Tijuana and Mexicali over there. So, pretty cool. All right, let's put it back on a regular satellite view. And let's get this one on here. 4.5. That's close to Mexico as well. 7:57 this morning, 36 kilometers down for that one. And the other one is from 6:24 a.m., 21.4 kilometers down for that 4.2. Sliding down a little bit more, we do see there's actually a couple or three there There we go. Panama 4.5 from 331, 14.6 clicks down. The other one is a 4.5 from 2312 yesterday, 10 kilometers down. And this one is actually in Costa Rica. That is a 4.5 from 2205 yesterday, 2.9 kilometers down. So not very deep at all for that guy. Popping out into the water a little bit. And here we've got our tri-junction area again. The Galapagos Triple Junction, 4.7 from 220 this morning, 10 kilometers down for that 4.7, and a 4.6, same area, 228 was the time on that one, 10 kilometers down for that. And a little further over, the Nazca Plate, and that is a 5.8. And getting pushed by the Pacific Plate from 2109 yesterday, 10 kilometers down for that guy. Keeping moving, we see a 4.3 down in Peru from 351, 10 kilometers down. Argentina or Chile? Chile, 4.3 from 2:14 a.m., 115 kilometers down for that 4.3. And next one is a 4.0, also in Chile from 1403 and 48.7 kilometers down for that. Looking and checking in the South Sandwich Islands, nothing out there, nothing on the lower portions of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Let's move over a little bit. Let's see what we've got over in the Pacific region. Nothing new in New Zealand, and not seeing anything further down there either. Kermadec Ridge area, we do have a couple here. 4.8 south of Tonga, 5:52 a.m., 10 kilometers down for that one. The other one is a 4.6, and they're calling it Fiji. I call it Tonga area. Anyway, a 10:37 for that one, 11.9 kilometers down. The next one, definitely Fiji. 4.5, 12:06 is the time, and 555 kilometers down for that guy. Vanuatu not getting a break or a rest. There's a 5.0 from 1845 yesterday, 163.3 kilometers down. Moving further to the east, or sorry, the west, I should say, we are not seeing anything in Papua New Guinea. Eastern Indonesia, though, Banda Sea area, 4.5 from 2149, 117.2 kilometers down. The other one, Timor-Leste, 4.8 from 2302, and that is 152.7 kilometers down. Carrying on, we see this one of 5.6, and that's from 1806, 509.2 kilometers down. And again, that is right in that same area. There's a Bali there, and this was the one that we seen yesterday. So some action happening there. Interesting stuff. And Sumatra up on the northern end here, North Sumatra, 4.6, 11:30 is the time on that one, 173 kilometers down, my bad. And then over here, this one is 6.0, and again, that's getting to be sizable, hopefully, and nobody is hurt, nobody is out of home or anything like that. But a 6.0, fairly a large shaker, 8:43 a.m. and 9.9 kilometers down for that one. Let's slide up through the Philippines. Don't see anything, nothing here in Taiwan area. And now we're back to Japan, looking at the Japanese islands. This one, let's see, where are we? Right here. That is Suwanoshijima. And we do have a few more quakes out in this region. 4.5 from 2040 yesterday at 12.4 kilometers down. A 4.6 from 2103, 10 clicks down. And this one is 4.9 from 1647 yesterday, 10 kilometers down. And Ryukyu Island region. 4.7, 3:28 today, 10 kilometers down for that one. So a little bit of activity there, that swarm. Not sure what that's indicating, but Could be a new seamound forming or something popping up. You never know. Nothing else to the north of that. Nothing in the Coral Islands, and we're all good there. Looks like Myanmar. No, that's India. 4.8 from 4:18 a.m. 45.8 kilometers down for that one. And let's see if we go out here a little bit more. 4.6, and that is actually in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. First time I've seen a quake there. 21 minutes after 12 is the time. 10 kilometers down for that one. I wonder how close that is to the volcanoes. That'd be interesting to know. Looking at the Arabian microplate, nothing on there. Looks like old stuff for Greece and those areas. And we do have this little guy here, 3.5 Bulgaria. And that's from 23:25 yesterday, 10 kilometers down. Nothing new in Sicily or those places. And nothing new up north. And we only ever did see that one aftershock there in Morocco. And it's unfortunate that so many people have perished because of that. And it really is. It's not a good thing. So Marrakesh is within the strike zone. And I'm wondering, if that's where most of the fatalities took place. But remember what I was saying, there's also lots of people living down in these other places, smaller communities, and sometimes some of them may not be the best places to live, depending on how the ground effect happened there. So now, one of the things we know that the so-called line of flow here is all the way through the Atlas Mountains, going this way. So we always see that along here, and even though they're not showing a fault in here, there are multiple faults, and this is kind of the area that's getting pushed up, into the mountains. Very interesting to see that. Let's put it back on the satellite view. A quick peek up north here. Not seeing anything new between Svalbard and Jan Mayen or Iceland. And we'll leave those ones be. Let's take a look at Hawaii and see what we've got cooking there. And do you think it's Yvonne is back. Welcome back, Yvonne. Good to see you. Sneaking in on my break. You're sneaked it. Anyway, that's all cool. You can sneak in. We'll let you in the door. 2.3 Pahala region from 1932. The latest one there, or one of the latest ones, 2.3 from 1548. And this one here, 2.0. And that is from 7:48 this morning, and only two more here in the Pahala region, 2.0 from 2:45, and the other one is 1.8 from 2:09. The ones in Pahala typically between 26 and 37 kilometers down from what we've seen, and then we get over here into our wonderful Kilauea area, and we'll try to make these quick. 2.6, 2105, 72.5 kilometers down, and that's below sea level. That's really deep. This one is 1.7 kilometers down from 1424. It's a 1.9, and now we can zoom in slightly here and see the rest of these. I want to grab these two over here. 1.9 from 714, 2.7 kilometers below sea level. 2.0 from 714 as well, 1.7 kilometers below sea level, and we'll just pick these guys off like ducks. Oops, I hope Quackers didn't hear that. 3.0 from 1306, and that is 1.1 kilometer above sea level. So Still a couple hundred meters down, but it's getting up there. Next one is a 1.8 from 948, and that's 400 meters down. And this one is a 2.0 from 1247, 1.2 kilometers down. And another 1.8 from 1332, 700 meters below sea level. This is a 2.1 from 1443, 300 meters below sea level. 2.3 from 1458, and 900 meters above sea level. So again, not that far from the surface. 2.6 from 8:51 a.m., 200 meters below sea level. A couple right close together. 1.8, 9:07 this morning, 300 meters below sea level. The other one is a 1.8 from 9:19, 100 meters below sea level. This one is a 2.8 from 8:51, 600 meters above sea level. Nice to see the height increase. 1.7 from 1616, 2.8 kilometers down. And then we go over here, 2.5 from 1857, 900 meters below sea level. This one is a 2.2 from 1434, 1.6 kilometers below sea level. Next, a 2.0 from 446, 1.6 clicks down. 1.7 from 418, 1 kilometer down. This one is a 1.9 from 915, 1.7 kilometers down. We'll grab this guy out here. 2.2 from 921, 1.8 kilometers down. Next is a 1.9 from 1731, 200 meters above sea level. This one is 600 meters below sea level, a 1.9 from 1219. And we got this guy, or did we? A 1.7, 4:18 a.m., 1 kilometer below sea level. And this guy is a 2.3 from 1044, 1.3 kilometers below sea level. 2.9, 7:45 a.m., 2.3 clicks down. 1.8 from 547, 2.2 kilometers down. And this one is a 1.7, and that is from 1314, 700 meters down below sea level. So when we say below sea level, that's, the island is based, we got a lot of material above the sea level yet. So you got to remember, in this region, it's from about 1250 to about 1500 meters above sea level. So those are things that we have to take into consideration. Anyway, it is a break time. There is your quakes for Hawaii. That gives you a pretty good insight as to what's going on. So we have it coming up a little bit shallower here in this region, right next to Halemaumau, to the southeast side. Very, very interesting to see that, and I hope something will happen. Doctor, the Congo quake is 200 meters, 200 kilometers southwest of Niagara, Congo. Boy, why can't I pronounce it today? Nyiragongo. There we go. Nyiragongo. I got it in my head. I had a problem trying to decipher how to pronounce that. Wow. 200 kilometers. So that's kind of far away, Sue. I don't think that'll affect it all that much. But you never know. Anyway, it is a time. Oh, I'm back to work. Okay, Yvonne, you take care. Stay safe. And find out where that darn magma intrusion is. I want to know when it's coming up. And the bribes of the hot dogs might be working. All right, it's a time for me to take another break, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll zoom that back out to a normal size map. And we'll leave that there, put it back onto the canned lava. And we'll throw on some music for you. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, please give it a quick shot. It doesn't cost you a darn cent. Just the effort to move your finger over there and click it. That would be awesome. Also, for those who haven't yet subscribed, consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where it is actually turning out to be a very lovely day. And I'm glad my bunny was here to eat after I fixed everything up, and he looked happy. Anyway, I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes. Keep smiling, play nice in the lava. that microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and yep, I'm back. Thank you for the welcome backs from Mars 2028, and Sue, and John Raper, and I think that's all for now. I bet you Sharon Stewart's hiding. She's doing groceries or something. She'll come back with, I hear you, Dr. Fox 2000. We don't hear you. Thank you, King Colin. And Wonky Donkey is back. Hermione is saying it's hot. Hi, perfect. My day was weird. Hubby had to climb into a upstairs window for our neighbor because they forgot the house key. There was a collision in front of the house, and it was hot. Oh no, that is horrible. A second story window, huh? Not good, not good. Anyway, hope everything got fixed up. There it is. I hear you, Dr. Fox 2000. Anyway, let's see, and let's go over to our SO2 map, because that's what's next on the agenda. But before we actually do that, let's use this here. Here's that hurricane spaghetti track, as what Sue called it when she sent it to me last night. So you see the blue line, I believe, or the purple line. I don't know which one it is, but yeah, that's where the estimate or guesstimate that this storm will end up going, and I don't know how big it's going to get. So that is kind of a while to be able to see that. And of course, you know, Cole Harbor is here, so that'll end up being kind of all over this area. So they're definitely going to get hit, and even if they get it over here or further over on this side, if it heads out this way, then everything is peachy. But I think the intended path is likely straight up over Nova Scotia. So not good. And Sue, it is heading for you. Yeah, it is definitely heading for her. Look out, Sue. Hunker down. Get your batteries all charged and everything ready, and extra water, and you know, whatever else you need. Food and shelter and tarps and things, and you know, everything to keep you happy. Anyway, I thought we'd share that one real quick with you. Thank you, Sue, for sending that in to me last night. That is awesome. So let's leave that one be. Let's go over to SO2 map and see what we got cooking for today. And of course, the first thing that we notice is the big red splotch still on the map. Hasn't dissipated whatsoever. And that had to be a lot of SO2. I'm preparing with food, snacks, and water. Well, you gotta have lots of snacks in case it's prolonged. But yeah, water is important. Anyway, let's start out. We pick our Kamchatka Peninsula as a starting point since, pardon me. Hang on, I got a cough again. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah, fill your bathtub. That's a good idea. Always worthy of doing that, and then that way, if you have to use your toilet, you can refill your toilet with that, as long as everything is good. Anyway, looking at the Kamchatka Peninsula and the islands below it here. So we've got Shivelish as well as Bazimiani and Klyushevskoy, and down on the bottom, Karinsky. Karimsky, and Ibiko down here doing their thing. All that SO2 is ending up over here. Not sure how much is coming off of, we do see, it looks like a little heavier area right in here. How much is actually coming from Sheldon, but I'm sure there's some off-gassing going on there still. Now, looking at what we've got here, this is all from Sheldon, still sitting there out on the west coast of North America, and it actually has drifted southward a little bit more, so we're almost, well, we are even with the bottom end of California. And there's that other storm that is helping clear some of it out, but not doing enough. But we do see everything that is hitting that coastline, very heavy SO2 levels for anywhere from basically, I guess, Northern California on up, right up into the Northwest Territories in Canada. So lots of SO2, including here in Alberta and out in Saskatchewan, and we can see that wave going right through Ontario into Quebec. So everybody is getting some of that SO2. Looks a little clearer over top of most of the Hudson's Bay area because of some kind of a circulation there, probably a storm. And of course the eastern portions right now, some good clean air for them there. Here is where that storm is sitting right now, and it's not too far away from Puerto Rico, and I'm sure it is affecting some of these Virgin Islands and those places there. Hopefully not anything too severe. As we carry on, the western portions of the U.S., yep, lots of SO2 coming in there. Eastern side of the United States, a lot clearer than what it was, and I'm sure those people are very happy about that. North Carolina almost completely clean, South Carolina, Georgia, you know, those areas are seeing a much better skies right now, better breathing. Northern Mexico, not bad. Central areas, though, still seeing quite a bit of SO2 coming from Popocatépetl as well as Mexico City, and that is pluming out into the Pacific. Same thing goes for all our Central American guys, as well as the stuff from Colombia and Ecuador. And then we get down here. This is Sabancaya that's making a lot of a mess and continually dumping out lots of SO2 gas. And that is ending up in both directions, out into the Pacific, as well as going back over through Bolivia and into Brazil. And we see Rio de Janeiro making its own little plume there, and that is off-gassing quite a ways over. And seeing this down here, not sure if that is a remnant from something else, or are we seeing another underwater seamound doing a little bit of eruptive activity. Moving on towards our wonderful New Zealand White Isle volcano doing its thing right there, and our Tunga area, well, sorry, Kermadec area. Hang on, I gotta have a drink of Pepsi. There, now that might help. Anyway, they do still have more off-gassing happening, and likely from seamounds of sorts underneath there, somewhere in the ocean. So not unusual, but kind of weird to see it come up. Tofua still doing its thing. Yasur and Gawa and Aoba not so bad. And then we see the standard stuff coming from Samoa, as well as out here in Papua New Guinea. Still seeing the stuff from north of Sydney from the coking plants, and still not sure where this actually came from, and I don't know if there were fires or not. Continuing on, and we look at Luotalak as still a little heavier duty there. Then we've got our wonderful Simaru doing its thing, not so much from Merapi. And looking at what we got over here, I say majority of the SO2 coming from Krakatau. No, coming from Jakarta. Krakatau just happens to be getting the receiving end of it. I zoomed in on the Kermadec Ridge. There's a lot of small volcano islands and hundreds of seamounds. Yes, Sue, there are. It's incredible the amount of seamounds over there. And when you start to try to guess where is it coming from, it's hard to tell. And if you look on some of the other maps, it's interesting to see that it continues like that. Anyway, Krakatoa, like I say, not too much from there. I doubt Dempo's dumping anything there. Carinci doing its thing along with Marapi, and then Cinnabung on this side. I'm not seeing too much there. We'll move over, and we do see our wonderful Ibu and Dakono still doing their thing, pluming away. And this, of course, is from Mayon, and it's just kind of stagnating. And we know our wonderful Taal is putting out a whole bunch of SO2 gas, as well as the population from Manila, etc. So pretty common there. Still seeing a lot of SO2 from the Japanese volcanic islands out there. Taiwan doing its thing. And not so bad here today from our Suwanoshi-jima. And yesterday was really heavy. Today not quite so bad. And the Sakurajima is still putting out a fair amount of SO2. Just trying to keep that there. Not that bad though. And then we look at ASO. For a volcano that's not erupting, boy, it sure has a lot of SO2 gas. I don't know about if you can breathe that stuff too well. And moving over to Japan, or sorry, to Tokyo, I mean, Tokyo, Japan. Not so bad in Tokyo, but we see over here where our Asama is definitely putting out a lot more SO2. And that is what we've got going on there. If we go up a little bit more, back into the Kamchatka Peninsula, looks pretty normal. China, normal pollution spots, Shanghai being one of them. Hong Kong, surprisingly, not as bad, so that is good there. And looking at India, northern portions are fairly heavy with their stuff, and then of course sliding over a little bit more, not so much coming from Reunion Island, but a little bit of a haze around it. South Africa still producing quite a bit of SO2 from their from the gold smelting plants. And over here at Nyiragongo and Nyamuragira in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. I did it, yay! Still putting out quite a bit. And the earthquake was somewhere in that vicinity, a couple 100 kilometers away from the volcano. A little too far away to really affect it. No. It was producing at Mars 2028, saying, is it possible that the SO2 at ASO drifted from Sakurajima? And I do not believe so. I did check this morning, and I checked last night, and ASO was fairly heavy as far as the level. So, it does make sense if it had an eruption, but that is, it was there last night, it was there this morning, so very high levels coming out of it. Anyway, we're not able to see Urta Ale there, but we see these heavy red spots. Those are oil refineries in various places like Baghdad and over on the other side of Saudi Arabia and Jeddah and those places, Kuwait, and of course in Iran as well as places like Cairo and Beirut, etc. So very heavy population centers. Yep, definitely things that make you go, levels are starting to, again, still ease up there in our wonderful western portions of Turkey and, of course, the islands here in Greece. So they're starting to see a little bit better air. And looks like Sicily. I don't think I want to live there. Too much SO2 all the time, and that is not good for you. And looks like Mount Etna is doing its thing, definitely off-gassing very heavily. Stromboli still in the game, but hard to tell what's actually coming from Stromboli, since we've got this other SO2 drifting downward from up north here, from Bosnia, Herzegovina, and Serbia area, and I'm just not sure how much of that then is actually part of our volcanic stuff there. And of course, as I mentioned, Morocco, and I'm hoping that this SO2 that we're seeing here, and it looks like Marrakesh is kind of right at the edge of it. If it's created, that earthquake created a bunch of fires and stuff, that's a possibility that we're seeing the SO2 from that. Moving up back into Europe a little bit, Portugal, Spain, France looking pretty clean, as well as Switzerland and Austria and Chechnya. But Germany has got higher levels, not so bad in Belgium. Holland, half of it, a southern half, pretty heavy, and yeah, I'd call it a moderate level there in eastern England. Denmark, not so bad. Bottom end of Sweden, a little bit heavier today, just drifting in there. And having a look at Iceland, there's Iceland. Fortunately, they have not been inundated by this stuff that is actually in Greenland. So that is all the way along the Greenland coastline, and hopefully it'll stay there. So that's kind of what we're seeing around the planet for SO2 right now, and kind of makes a guy wonder, doesn't it? So I'm hoping that that storm here decides where it wants to go, and hopefully we'll get enough current to cause it to come out here. And if it does take that track and move into this position, then we won't see any of that getting up there. But they're predicting that this storm will likely come up in here somewhere and make a landfall somewhere there in Nova Scotia. But it's still very early to try to predict that. We cover volcanoes that are erupting or active throughout. Huh? Who are you talking to there, wonky donkey? I just realized why our volcanoes keep dying off. It's Dr. Fox covering our live volcanoes. I don't know what with, but it does say, yeah, we're covering, we cover volcanoes that are active. Yeah, sure. I'm covering them with blankets. Special blankets, wonky donkey. Okay, and that's what I'm covering them with. My God. Where did we find this guy? I thought you said no shenanigans. Oh, hang on, that was yesterday. He's up to no good again. More shenanigans. Oh. Wonky donkey, you know darn well that we cover them with asbestos blankets. Don't be confusing people out there. Oh, too much fun. Anyway, that's our SO2 report for today. I'm just cruising around south, the South Pole region here, Antarctica, not that much down there, and kind of wondering where that plume actually came from, if that is a remnant from other stuff up further north here. But interesting. Okay, let's leave the SO2 report, and yeah, I'm a clever donkey. Yeah. Oh, you sure are, wonky donkey. You really smart. Very SMRT. A wonderful donkey. Oh, too much fun. All right, let's throw this back over here, and we'll let that play for a while. And on those friendly notes, I don't know, I don't have anything else to add for today's show. So if anyone wants to say something or throw in something, we are all ears. Um, well, at least the wonky donkey is, but I'm not. But you know how it goes. Mm, we have a couple small headlamps. They help a lot when you're trying to cook and such in the dark. Ooh, yeah. The other thing that I have for emergencies, of course, is a propane cooking stove, a camping style cooking stove. So, worst case scenario, if you have no power or no, well, our stoves here are electric, not gas. So if the power is off, I can still cook dinner kind of thing with something there. So we have a natural gas stove and a gas grill. Cool. Yeah. Um, yeah, also a gas hot water heater run by a pilot light. That's not bad, Grandma B. I have an electric stove, so no power, no cooking. Sue, you might want to consider buying yourself a camping stove if it happens often, right? That is something that, if you want hot coffee or anything like that, that a little camping stove is, for the 30 or 40 bucks that you pay for a single burner is priceless. Yep, Coleman make all kinds of nice stoves, and it's really not that big of a cost to get into, and that's what I've got is a Coleman. It's a 2-burner, and of course I've got. I think I bought a 6-pack of those small propane bottles and leave them sit in my closet shelf. They're all sealed, so it doesn't matter, and it works pretty cool. Ours are electric lanterns too. Cool. Yep, the whole room, okay, doesn't give off any toxic fumes either. Okay, yep, that is pretty cool. I prepare food and put it in a cooler box. My daughter has a camping stove. I will get back from her. Oh, has my camping stove. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely something to consider to have, because over the years, I've been here in Edmonton for 40 plus years, and I've actually had to use my camping stove 2 times. We had one power outage when I was living up on the north side. It was out, power was out for about a day and a half, and it was a major screw up. And of course, everyone is, like, what do we do without power? Well, first thing you do is you cook up what you can as far as the stuff that's going to thaw out and melt real quick. And hopefully you've got a little bit of ice left that you can keep in your fridge to keep that cool. Things like that. Make ice blocks and have them ready if the power goes off. You can transfer 1 or 2 from the freezer into your fridge to help keep that cool for quite a long time, and just be cognizant of how often you open it. And remember, that light doesn't come on if you don't have power, right? I have the option to go to my daughter's. She has a generator for backup. Awesome, Sue. That is awesome. But travel is usually not advised during storms, so hopefully things will be all good. Anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up for today. So yeah, consider prepping for your storm. Make sure you're ready for it. That is definitely something. It doesn't hurt to be ready and be proactive when it gets to those things. And yes, everybody forgets those little things. We get lots of ice storms here as well. what I'm at the southern edge of the ice storm alley. Ooh, we'll go into there before or after it's over. Okay, well, I go there before or after it's over. Yeah, yeah. Don't do it during the storm. Anyway, that's about it. Let's see, we can wrap this up. I want to wrap it up on a happier note, though. I'm very happy with having that new weed whacker, and I think that is really, really good for bunny land, and I think the bunny actually enjoyed the fact that it didn't have a super long grass to sit in, and it was a little bit more comfortable eating. And hopefully they'll go mow the lawn or make hay, if you will. Some of that grass is fairly long. When your grass blades are 6 or 7 inches long, you know it's time to mow it, right? Yeah, but that is pretty cool. Yeah, a new weed whacker. Definitely as a good thing to have. Yeah, and the other thing I think I'm going to purchase come a snowy season here is one of those, what they call power brooms. And I get myself one of those. I can keep it out in my van, and an electric one as well. Keep the battery in here, charge it up, and take it down and do my thing to keep my parking spot clean, as well as keep bunny land a little bit more accessible for the rabbits. So that's about it. Anyway, I don't have anything else I want to throw in here for today. And remember, tomorrow is a Sunday, so we will have another early show on tomorrow. And let's see, if we type in VolcanoX, that'll give you the times for tomorrow, just so we have that on board. And there it is. And on those friendly notes for everyone here, thank you everyone for being here. Big thank you to our moderators, Arizona Snowman and Piggy and Sue and Yvonne Kunkel and CND Boy, as well as Siggy and Gary 24/7 Live, VZ Skies, and Lucas Snow, Joseph Fields, Texas, Mona Lisa Smiles. Thank you, moderators. You guys are awesome. Also, a big thank you to our super chatters for today. We had Piggy and Irish Monk twice, and Yvonne Kunkel once. Thank you very kindly for your super chats from those wonderful people. And a big thank you to everyone in here, whether you're a member or not. That is irrelevant. You're all part of our wonderful lava family, and thank you for being here. And like I say, it's very important that you consider what I usually say at the end of my show, and we're going to wrap it up now. So please, please tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We'll see everyone tomorrow in the afternoon, my time, and take care. A good night, and oink oink!